Hello and welcome to a special episode of Frankly Speaking, and joining me tonight is the country's Law, IT and Telecom Minister, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. Good evening, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, and thank you for joining me on Frankly Speaking. I must say that your timing of your latest war, your spat with social media platforms come at a time when the country is engaged in the fight against COVID-19 and the second wave. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, many are calling this a case of misplaced priorities at a time when the fight against COVID is more important. You are engaged in a fight against Twitter, WhatsApp and social media platforms.
First of all, the war against COVID should go on. We all are involved with unfortunate situation, but now redemption has started. But as far as the guideline is concerned, Navika, I would really urge you, we issued the guideline on 25th of February 2021 and gave a 3 months window to significant social media intermediary who are having user base in India above 50 lakhs. They knew that this was there. Prior consultation were done extensively. Hundreds of people have participated. Counter comment has come. So you knew this is going to happen, yet you did not do so. If you give me just 2 minutes time, then I am open to all the questions. For the sake of viewers, I must say the background. Even the Supreme Court on 2 occasions, Navika, on 24th of September 19 and earlier in 2018, has directed us to frame a proper guideline. And even on the question of origin of the first mischief, I am only reading one part. In such circumstances, it is imperative that there is a properly framed regime to find out the person, institutions, bodies who are the originator of such content message. It may be necessary to get such information from the intermediary. This is the court order, Supreme Court. Debate in the parliament, people asked me on fake news, asked me to come on guidelines. In 2018, I gave assurance to the parliament. Parliamentary committee recommendations, civil society urging me. All this was going on. And thereafter, we have come with these regulations. They have got more than 100 crore user base in India. Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, others do good business in India, do good revenue in India. Criticize the government by your users, no problem. But you will have to be accountable to the laws and Constitution of India. And Navika, what we are asking, have a grievance officer in India with his name known, address known, so that those who are victims of abuse of social media can complain. Have a nodal officer, have a compliance officer. नाविका जी, हमें एक चीज बताइए, अगर कोई माँ मुझसे शिकायत करती है कि मेरी बेटी का जो एक्स बॉयफ्रेंड था उसके इमेजेस को वायरल कर रहा है, इंटीमेट इमेजेस को, मैं क्या बोलूं? अगर किसी महिला की मॉफ्ट इमेज दिखाई जा रही है, आई शुड कीप क्वाइट, गो एंड फाइल एन FIR? Why should they allow their platforms to be abused for all this? Child sexual abuse. These guidelines, Navika, deal with not the use
Mr. Ravi
of
Shankar
social media,
Prasad, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, allow me to come in
Yes,
here.
go ahead.
When you talk about social media, your party, your government has been the biggest beneficiary of image building that these social media platforms bring. Is that why till date you have taken no action against Twitter? You come, you complain time to time, yet no action has been taken. Will you put your money where your mouth is by banning these platforms in India, because they haven't complied with the norms in the 90-day period? In fact, WhatsApp has taken you to the courts on the 91st day when they should have complied, and you haven't taken any action. So should I assume that this is all sound and fury, there will be no action?
First of all, you must recognize one thing. If I have to frame a law or regulations, I have to follow a legal course, consultation. Rules were amended, declared, a window of 3 months given. if they seek to challenge on 91st day. But let me ask a counter question to you, Navika Kumar. Should they not, created these institutions on their own? If people have a grievance, go to America, file a complaint. They will say we have got no grievance redressal mechanism in India. Plainly unacceptable. What action will be taken? Leave it to me. But one thing is very important, Navika Kumar.
No, leave it to me is fine. No, leave
sense
it
of
to me is fine,
responsibility.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, but you have to be transparent. Just as you've been transparent about your opinion against their not following the rules and guidelines that were put out, the fact that there was a 90-day period for them to comply, the fact that they have not complied, the fact that they have directed you to the United States of America Twitter Inc. is all transparent. So why don't you tell us transparently what is the action that you're going to take, or is there going to be a double think, a rethink, simply because your government and its popularity depends a lot on this messaging that happens through Twitter as a platform?
First of all, Navika, the popularity of this government and that of my Prime Minister Narendra Modi does not depend upon social media or even on the media, even on you. It depends upon the support of the people of India, which is being demonstrated after elections. Okay? Let's leave it at that. I don't want to have any quarrel with you on that issue. We don't depend for our politics. हम ट्विटर से ना राजनीति करते हैं, ना ट्विटर की राजनीति करते हैं. एक बात आप साफ समझ लीजिए नाविका जी, very clear. But one thing I am again repeating you, I don't wish to give you a headline. Trust me, trust this government. If they will not comply, surely consequence will follow. And one thing I wish to make it very clear, Madam Navika Kumar, we respect their right to allow the platform for criticizing the government, no problem. But any attempt to compromise India's digital sovereignty will not be acceptable. Be very clear about it. India is a sovereign country governed by its own laws and rules and constitution, and they will have to abide by this. This is plainly unacceptable that a private profit company operates from America, makes good revenue here, and they say, I will subject myself only to the laws of America. This is plainly unacceptable. I think I have been as clear as possible.
Well, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, the fact is that Twitter in a statement has said that its employees in India have been subjected to threats and intimidation tactics by the police. Both your ministry and the Delhi police have issued rebuttals to the claim made by Twitter. Is the government being too imposing here, Mr. Prasad, if we are looking only at law? The law says that you have to comply with the rules. That law has been flouted. Then why is there muscle flexing? Why should teams of Delhi police land up in Twitter's office in Gurugram, a shut office where people are work from home? It is intimidation because, you can take action and you can just declare that action. The rights for that exist with the ministry. The right of that exists with the government. But you're not doing that. What you're doing is muscle flexing, showing of power that you have over the law enforcement agencies and intimidating people. That is the charge against you. How do you respond to that charge?
Navika, let me first clarify on this issue very clearly and categorically. The police has responded. I don't want to elaborate. The matter is under investigation. I should not jump gun there. But just to put the record straight, Congress party files a complaint about the so-called toolkit matter, on which I don't want to speak any further. The matter is under investigation by the police. Preliminary inquiry they are doing as to what the allegation is about. In the laws of India, which you are talking about, everyone, institution or individual, is required to help the police in the investigation of an alleged crime. They are not gone to intimidate, they are only gone to serve a notice. Please cooperate in this investigation. That's all. Because they had not responded, then they personally gone. In fact, if they are not cooperating, they are by itself in violation of laws of the country which I talked about. The second question which you are again asking, Navika, I am repeatedly saying What they said yesterday, that freedom of speech is under threat. Sorry, a profit-making private company cannot teach the morality of freedom of press in India. Okay? Those freedoms are governed by the Constitution of India, recognized by the Constitution of India, and sanctified by the institutions of India, including by media. You are talking to the Law Minister of India, the IT Minister of India, asking tough questions, and I am facing it. That's what freedom is about. Therefore, ये बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां हमें लेक्चर देना बंद करें. बहुत विनम्रता से कहूंगा, आप यहां धंधा करें, पैसे कमाएं, लोगों को अवसर दें, आपका स्वागत है. Your users should criticize the government, the Prime Minister, the IT Minister, the Law Minister, everyone. Welcome. Give suggestions, welcome. But you take a moralistic position to defend your palpable wrong inaction in following the rules. I would again repeat, Navika. Should the Indian users who are suffering abuse, companies are being defamed by their rivals, individual authors, journalists, editors are being defamed in the most rabid manner, nude photographs of women are coming, apart from terrorism and communal violence, where should they go? America? No. They will have to have a system here, and what we say, within 1 month you dispose of all the grievances, 15 days, and monthly give a report to the government. What is wrong with that? Now on the second part, I must also clarify. On WhatsApp, Navika, let me make it very firmly and clear to you. No ordinary user of WhatsApp has anything to fear. They will continue to operate as they would, as they have been doing. What we are seeking? Only and only in case of a message leading to violence against the sovereignty integrity of India, public order, rape, nudity charges and sexual abuse of children. In that case, आपको बताना पड़ेगा who started this nuisance. That's all. Very clear. Not anything general is not, and that to Navika only, when less intrusive methods have failed. What is wrong with this? Why will you not cooperate? I'm asking a question.
Well,
in other countries, you do everything.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad,
you must understand.
There is nothing.
Navika,
no. In principle, allow me to come in. In principle, you are absolutely right when you say that citizens of India cannot be directed to the United States of America to fight the laws. In United States of America, the redressal mechanism has to be within this country. I take that point, but I don't understand the moralistic lectures given by this government on private companies making profit. What is wrong with making profit, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad? This is a country that needs employment, that needs investment, that needs private sector. Investments have to come in, and profit is the only motive on which private companies do business. Whether they are in the field of media, whether they are in the field of making steel, whether they are in the field of making cloth, the fact is the private sector has to have profit making and efficiencies coming in. But this government, in its bid to show their masochism, actually begins to give moral lectures on how profit making is moralistically wrong. I have a problem with that. Number two, is this a banana republic, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad? And when I say that with full responsibility at my command. The picture of Twitter is picked up at a time when a toolkit comes into operation, and a toolkit exposed by the BJP spokesperson puts it. And then a label of manipulated comes on it, and रविशंकर प्रसाद को गुस्सा आ जाता है, सरकार को गुस्सा आ जाता है कि अरे हमें कह दिया ऐसे, अब हम बताएंगे. ये किसी कॉमन मैन की इशू के लिए आपने इतना बवाल नहीं खड़ा किया है. ये इशू क्योंकि आप पर लेबल लगाया गया था, इसलिए आप मैदाने जंग में उतरे हैं. अब तमाशा देखिए इस देश में क्या होता है. कांग्रेस एक कंप्लेंट दायर करती है दिल्ली पुलिस के पास. Before that can be converted into an FIR, they withdraw the complaint, but the Delhi police reaches Twitter offices. A complaint is filed by the Congress party, which becomes an FIR in Chhattisgarh, where they have their government and Sambit Patra accused so far in this case as somebody who's manipulated that toolkit does not appear there. Aren't we a banana republic? As a law minister, not of the BJP, as the law minister of India, does this bother you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, that every state has its own take on the law of the land? Every state does not trust another state to, investigate a particular case. And the way we behave is as if we are in some medieval country called India, where the rule of law is basically not applicable. Respond to this. It's a serious question.
I thought I was called for this interview. Here I am seeing you more, me less. Anyway, that's your right as the anchor. Navika, with great respect to you, I take a serious offense as a citizen of India, as a law minister, as an IT minister, you calling India a banana republic. It is not. Let me tell you very emphatically, India is a democracy governed by rule of law and the Constitution of India, and by the periodic accountability of the people as to who will govern them. Secondly, your charge against us that we are trying to intimidate Twitter is very, very unfair. Grossly unfair, to say the least. I told you 3 months window was given to us. Let me put a counter question to you. They showed Ladakh in a map as a part of China. Did we intimidate them? After a couple of weeks of request, they finally changed it. You have just seen the case of farmer protest. They blocked the account of even Mr. former President Trump and others. On the ground, they invaded the Congress of America, Capitol Hill. Here, when the secessionists and other anti-India elements go and capture the Lal Killa, pride of India, they say it is freedom. Did we take action? No. See our fairness. They will stop preaching us, Navika. Be very clear about it. What we are saying is, we are not against profit at all.
That is my point exactly, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. You have.
Navika, will you allow me to complete? Navika, will you allow me to complete? Navika,
sir, allow me. आप कह रहे हैं,
या तो आप मुझे बोलने दीजिए या आप ही बोलिए.
इमरजेंसी आपने कहा.
आप हमें पूरी बात.
आप इमरजेंसी के खिलाफ. सर, मैं एक ही पॉइंट कह रही हूं. आपने 2 एग्जांपल दिए, लद्दाख का दिया, रेड फोर्ट का दिया.
आप मुझे अपनी बात पूरी करने देंगी या खाली आप ही बोलेंगी?
नहीं, आप तय कर लीजिए. बीजेपी पर जब बात आई तो आपने इंटिमिडेट कर दिया.
दिस इज नॉट फेयर. दिस इज नॉट फेयर, नाविका.
चलिए बोलिए.
नाविका, पहली बात आप जान लीजिए, आपने मुझे बुलाया है तो शांति से सुनिए मेरे उत्तर को. मैं आपका बहुत सम्मान करता हूं. प्लीज, this is not a way to interrupt a senior minister like this. I am very sorry. You have asked me long questions and not giving me the time to reply to it. Grossly unfair. The point I am only making is, again I am telling you, our government is not against profit at all. Why not? We welcome FDI, and for just to put the record straight, Navika Kumar, under my charge as the Communication and IT Minister of India, India has been the recipient of the highest FDI in the last few years. Okay? I thought I must put that record straight. I had taken that point and will take again that a foreign company having a profit motive in India, good luck, is morally preaching us about democracy and the freedom part. That is utterly offensive. As an Indian, I have felt bad. If you don't feel, good luck to you. And I can tell you, my statement has generated one of the highest support ever on social media. I strongly believe that. You will dictate us about freedom. They were reluctant to appear before the Parliament of India. They will go and appear before the American Congress. They will go and appear before the House of Commons. But before Indian Parliament, no, we can't appear. What is this? In the case of Singapore variant, they will remove immediately. But Indian variant of this disease is being pushed by people. You will keep quiet unless we are tough. So these double standards I am exposing to you, and thereafter they say freedom is under threat. As regards the investigation part is concerned, again don't drag me there. The police investigating. I hope the law of the land is well known to you, Navika Kumar, that if a complaint is filed, the police investigation is ignited, you just cannot stop it. I will withdraw because you are getting embarrassed here. Because in your own well-known state you have filed some FIR. Let's leave it there. Don't drag me there. That is a matter of police they will answer the charge. But Navika, again I repeat, India's digital sovereignty is important for us. We shall stand firmly for that. We shall always stress with all the emphasis at our command, do business in India, earn good money, entirely your take call. You'll have to follow the Constitution of India and the laws of India. If that premise is not suitable for you, it is none of my concern.
Well, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, I completely take your point, and it is nobody's case that the Twitter does not have double standards. Of course, they have double standards, and we've seen that on display. Whether it is the question of the Singapore variant versus the Indian variant. But I have the right to needle you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. If I don't ask questions to lawmakers and policy makers and the government, how will Janta get their jawab? And that
Navika,
jawab, I have the right
Navika,
to see.
half a second. You have Navika, you have got every right to ask the most aggressive and disturbing questions. But if you'll call my country, India, a banana republic, then you will be strongly repudiated, which I am repudiating you. India is not a banana republic.
Well, if we are not a banana republic, prove it to Mr. Law Minister, because I'm saying to you that you quoted two instances when you explained that you've been tough on Twitter and it took you time to make them take your point of view. One was the Ladakh issue. The second was the issue of the Red Fort. And on both issues, Twitter gave you back lectures. My only question and my only limited political question in this is, but you lost. Ladakh के issue पे आपने अपना संयम नहीं खोया, आपने अपना गुस्सा नहीं खोया, आपने रेड फोर्ट वाले इशू पर भी उनको लॉन्ग रोप दी, लेकिन टूलकिट के इशू पे रविशंकर प्रसाद को गुस्सा आ गया. क्यों? क्योंकि ये पॉलिटिकली आपकी पार्टी को डैमेज करता था या सवाल पूछता था, ये रीजन है. ये मेरा पूछने का हक है.
नाविका कुमार, माफ करिए मोहतरमा नाविका कुमार, हमने उनके खिलाफ क्या क्या कार्रवाई की शिष्ट भाषा में, ये मुझे आपको बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. उन्होंने कैसे लद्दाख का ये पूरा मैप को ठीक किया, या बाकी जो इंडिया वेरिएंट की बात थी उस पर हमने क्या क्या किया. क्या मैं आपके सामने बताना शुरू करूं कितने मॉफ्ड इमेजेस पर हमको कंप्लेन भेजते हैं, कितने महिलाओं के साथ जो कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग पोजीशन से उनको डिफेम करते हैं उस पर हमने क्या क्या कार्रवाई की है. ये हमारी लंबी सूची है, इस पर मुझे आपके यहाँ नहीं बताना है. बट सिंस यू आस्क्ड मी ऑन ए स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन, let me tell you, did we ignite the police investigation process? We did not. If Congress party goes and complain and the entire veracity of that complaint is a matter of police investigation and scrutiny, what will happen? Police will say the complaint is false, then the law will take its own course in trial. If they say no, Sambit Patra or anyone is in the wrong, the law will take its own course. That's the laws of India. And just to repeat, Banana Republic, I have got the Supreme Court order before me of September 2019. They have dictated. It is binding on me, it is binding on you, Navika, it is binding on Twitter, it is binding on Facebook. That is why India is governed by rule of law and not a banana republic, which you have said, which is indeed regrettable to say the least. Now, coming to this point of view, then they don't cooperate in investigation, police will take its own course. I am not sitting here to... But the point is, then they rush to Chhattisgarh. Therefore, instead of asking Congress the question, you are saying that we got rattled. We have nothing to do with investigation at all. A complaint has been filed by them. The police is investigating. Beyond that, I have nothing to say. But don't take it as a ground that we got jittery because of all this.
So let me ask you, you say that your entire decision on the guidelines is born out of the Supreme Court decision of 2019. Let me also point out another part of the same judgment in which the Supreme Court has emphasized the point
also of parliamentary
protection
recommendation
of privacy of... Okay, but the Supreme Court has also said due emphasis should be placed on not decrypting everything simply because privacy of citizens is also of a huge concern. How are you going to address that question? Because the origination of a WhatsApp, according to WhatsApp itself, says that it will have to lower the safety standards of the encrypted message exchange that takes place from one individual to another. How do you take care of privacy of consumers if your request or your requirement of decryption is necessary in certain cases? That is also which incumbent on you to ensure as per the Supreme Court order.
The reply is very simple. You have asked a very relevant question. Allow me to kindly explain, if not for you, for the sake of your viewers. First of all, we respect the right of privacy. What the Supreme Court has said, Navika, in the judgment on privacy, which I have publicly applauded myself in a press conference, is it says a terrorist does not have a right of privacy. A corrupt or a criminal does not have a right of privacy. Otherwise, no investigation can take place. They will say, sorry, you can't enter my house, raid. I am protected by the right of privacy. That exception is globally recognized and also here. What we are asking from WhatsApp, only in case of an offense committed by a already publicly circulated WhatsApp message of violence against India, against rape, nudity concerns, against child sexual abuse, only in that case, when other in less intrusive measures are not available, you kindly do that. Navika, can you deny that in case of the recent riots of Delhi, many WhatsApp messages ignited the passion? Many of them came from across the country, and there our law says, if it is from outside India, who started the mischief in India? The only question is, khurafat kisne shuru ki? That's all. And only in specified cases, India's sovereignty, India's security, nudity, rape, children sexual abuse. इसमें कोई गलत है क्या? आप मुझे बताइए. अब now you are saying their encrypted platform may be compromised. Let me ask a question. The recent WhatsApp policy of privacy, which they have stayed for some time, says they are willing to share the data of consumers with Facebook and other business entity. How does the encrypted model works there? Navika, this is the age of technology. You can simply come to technological solution. And again I repeat, we are not seeking openness of any message. Ordinary users of WhatsApp are very happy, they should be happy. Only in case of already circulated messages which have led to the violence as indicated, heinous offences. And by the way, they will give it in America. There is a public statement by the President of USA, the Prime Minister of England, the Prime Minister of Australia. No problem, Canada. But only in India, they will have this position. So we are very clear. It is a very, very reasonable classification in public interest, and a technological solution is possible.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, do you find it rather coincidentally ironic that the Congress party, which has been, at least since the time that your party has come to power at the center, been a champion of free speech, now looking at supporting Twitter, standing by Twitter, standing by imperial forces of Indians appearing before American laws. Do you find that ironic as far as the Congress party is concerned? क्योंकि राहुल गांधी तो रोज जवाब मांगते हैं ट्विटर के थ्रू प्रधानमंत्री से, और आज ट्विटर की लड़ाई भी लड़ रहे हैं उनके साथ. आप समझते हैं जो क्रोनी कैपिटलिज्म के खिलाफ आपके खिलाफ झंडा उठाए रहते हैं, आज उसी कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं?
देखिए, मैं एक बात कहूंगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी से तो बहुत सवाल पूछने की जरूरत है, वो कभी आपसे अलग से दूसरे कार्यक्रम में बात करूंगा। लेकिन नाविका, ये मैं जरूर कहूंगा, ट्विटर से अपनी सियासत करने वाले अब ट्विटर की सियासत कर रहे हैं। उनको मुबारक है। Those who only do their politics through Twitter today are doing the politics of Twitter. Good luck to them. But I can only tell you, the sheer hypocrisy of Congress party is too well known. Navika, you are talking to Ravi Shankar Prasad, who along with late Arun Jaitley, late Sushma Swaraj, our Prime Minister, Venkaiah Naidu, some senior, some junior, we have fought against the emergency for 3 freedoms: media freedom, your freedom, individual freedom and independence of judiciary. तो हमें कोई लोकतंत्र के बारे में लेक्चर न दे। कांग्रेस पार्टी का इतिहास बहुत वेल नोन है। लेकिन हम एक बात जरूर कहना चाहेंगे, किसी को ट्विटर से प्यार है, उनका स्वागत है। ट्विटर कैन डू इट्स बिजनेस, अर्न प्रॉफिट, अलाउ पीपल टू शेयर देयर व्यूज, एंड वी अप्रिशिएट द वे दे हैव एम्पावर्ड इंडियंस थ्रू देयर प्लेटफॉर्म, नो प्रॉब्लम। बट टू रिपीट, यू विल हैव टू फॉलो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया एंड द लॉज ऑफ इंडिया। आई एम वेरी क्लियर अबाउट इट। हम एक बात मैं आपको बहुत आदर से कहना चाहूंगा, इंडिया इज ए कंट्री ऑफ 135 जस्ट, अच्छा गो अहेड।
मिस्टर रविशंकर प्रसाद, एक तरफ आप कहते हैं आपने मीडिया की इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए जंग लड़ी 1975 में जब आपने इमरजेंसी की खिलाफत की, और दूसरी तरफ आप कहते हैं आपको मीडिया की जरूरत ही नहीं है, मीडिया की वजह से आपकी पॉपुलैरिटी नहीं है। ट्विटर पे आप तमाम नेता अपने अपने मैसेज देते हैं, अपने अपने स्टेटमेंट्स देते हैं। बीच में आपको जब गुस्सा आया था तो आप कू पर चले गए थे, अब आप वापस ट्विटर पर आ गए हैं। अब आप कहते हैं आपको इन सब प्लेटफॉर्म की जरूरत नहीं है, आपको ना सोशल मीडिया की जरूरत है ना मीडिया की जरूरत है, तो लड़े क्यों थे हमारे लिए 1975? श्रेय क्यों लेते हैं इतना हमारी इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए लड़ने के लिए? क्या आप दिल से ये कह सकते हैं कि मीडिया की जरूरत नहीं है इस देश में? दिल से बताइए, क्योंकि आप कानून मंत्री हैं और आपका कहा हुआ दिल पर लेते हैं लोग। और मैं मीडिया की रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हूं, आपसे ये सवाल पूछूंगी और आंख में आंख डालकर सवाल पूछूंगी, इज मीडिया नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर दिस कंट्री? मिस्टर रविशंकर प्रसाद, विल यू टेक बैक योर अर्लियर स्टेटमेंट इफ यू थिंक इट इज?
आज आपको हो क्या गया है नाविका? आज हमारे स्टेटमेंट को आप ट्विस्ट करती हैं। रविशंकर क्लियर बोलता है, आई ओनली सेड कंट्रोवर्टी और योर क्लेम कि we do survive in politics because of media and Twitter. I said no, we are there in Indian politics because of the support of the people of India. Mark my word, very clear. As far as democracy is concerned, why not? Newspapers, media, televisions are the most important tool for the success of democracy. We acknowledge that fundamental right of speech also requires freedom of press as a component of that. Article 19(1) is there, 19(2) is also there. And Navika was to put the record straight. When I was the INB minister in Vajpayee government, large number of channels who are now thriving were given go ahead by me as the minister to start 24/7 news channels. तो कृपया करके हमें नहीं बताइए. And I had also permitted FDI in India, but just to safeguard your interest and that of other friends like you, I had myself wrote in the file, foreign investment is welcome, but under no circumstances foreign investor will have control, editorial in appointment of editors of the media. That is what steps we have taken to safeguard the interest of people like you and the media. We completely confirm that freedom of press is important for India. We are committed for that, but never say that we do politics and survive only because of media. If the otherwise, तो राहुल गांधी जी तो रोज ट्विटर पर रहते ही हैं.
लेकिन रविशंकर प्रसाद को जब गुस्सा आता है,
you did say that.
जब रविशंकर प्रसाद जी को गुस्सा आता है तो वो सुनते अपने हिसाब से हैं और जवाब देते अपने हिसाब से। बहरहाल मैं मेन मुद्दे पर आती हूं, और मुद्दे पे आती हूं जो आपने कहा, ट्विटर, सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स विल हैव टू लिव एंड सर्वाइव by the laws of India and the guidelines that have come out. Now let me ask you a very specific question, Mr. Prasad. Under the Information Technology Act, Section 79 very clearly says that they do what they do because they are intermediaries due to a certain definition. According to you, since there is no compliance to that definition of intermediaries and there has been overstepping, quote unquote, as stated or as understood in the present context, under Section 79, will you take action against them because the action of not complying has been done? The action of violating the laws of India have been done. What are you waiting for?
First, let me explain for the sake of the viewers what is 79 and what is the meaning of safe harbor exemption for intermediary. Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp are intermediary. You are a platform where you allow others to share their views. And therefore, others' views, suppose there is a completely arbitrary projection of terrorism or display of the dignity of women being compromised, so on and so forth, I can understand. But there can be critical references against me, against them too. What they are doing is, many of them are becoming now editorial initiatives. You will take ex parte view as to what content should go and what should not go. You will delete a particular account from continuing to operate because you don't like them. But you have a fancy for those accounts which are rabid Modi haters. You have come out with a system of fact checking about news. Who are these fact checkers? What is the norm? What is the transparency? What is their public accountability? Who are holding regulated control over the expression of views of millions of Indians, 130 crore plus? These are larger issues. Okay, we'll handle it. Either you remain a platform or become a media house. If you wish to become a media house, then all the laws applicable on Times Now and Navika Kumar will be applicable to you. Then you cannot claim exemption harbor under 79. But as far as what future course of action to be taken, Navika, I don't want to wish to give you a headline. Decisions of government, punitive or others, must be taken not on TV debates, but in the saner confines of decision-making process. Leave it to me.
Will it be something as serious as blocking these social media platforms if they do not comply with the laws of the land? Are you willing to go as far as that, Mr. Prasad?
I think you are asking very, very searching questions. As a confirmed Democrat, which you at times
job,
suspect, unfortunately, very, very unfortunately. No, but you cannot label me that. That is unfortunate, and let me put the record straight. Blocking any particular channel, TV or others, social media platform, is a very harsh measure. Okay? I am sure they are listening to me, and I am sure they know that they have to comply with the rules, regulations of India, and they have to follow the Constitution of India. I think I am very clear. What action we will take, in what manner, leave it to me. I am very clear about it.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, there are questions that come in. There are many other platforms which are not social media platforms, but platforms like new startups like Zomato, Ola, Uber, Big Basket, which are widely used in India, and they have customer interfaces and they have a lot of data at their disposal. Are you planning to bring some laws for data protection from these platforms as well, because they deal with a lot of individual citizens' data, and that is something that has come up in various discussions on the issue of data protection, privacy, that should be incumbent on these companies as well. Are you planning to bring in some guidelines for them as well?
I think I wish to inform you, Navika, and to your viewers, data protection law we are going to push very, very urgently in the next session of Parliament. Because data protection law I had introduced, thereafter it was referred to a select committee of the members of both the houses, honorable members. Meenakshi Lekhi was the chairperson, about 60 plus members were there. And I wish to place on record, they held about nearly 70 meetings discussing threadbare the whole norms of this data protection law. The stakeholders were also called. The report has come. I can only tell you, our data protection law is going to be a beacon for the world. We are recognizing the right of consent of the users, the right to be forgotten, and also a voluntary mechanism, a regulatory mechanism, all are in place. Once I introduce the law, it is passed. I promise I'll come to you to have a debate on the issue of data protection law. Yes, India generates billions and crores of data because of size. We are proud of that. And India need to properly leverage India's data assets for the good of India. Data cleaning, data processing, all these things, creating lakhs and lakhs of jobs. These are the future I am looking forward to. But I say it very clearly, data protection law is very much on the anvil, we'll push it.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, even as we speak, we are involved in a kind of a legal logjam with Dominica and Antigua. Mehul Choksi has been found in Dominica, but while the country can give Mehul Choksi to us through the deportation, the case is now a habeas corpus case has been filed by Mehul Choksi in Dominica, and he may be remitted back to Antigua. Will India come so close to get him back and then lose sight of Mehul Choksi, or are we going to be able to find a legal solution to get Mehul Choksi back into India to face the law of the land?
Well, Mehul Choksi is a serious offender of the laws of India. He needs to be brought back to India. But the agencies, the Ministry of External Affairs are involved in this whole process. Therefore, it would not be desirable or appropriate or prudent in my part to intervene in between when having a TV debate, except to say that those who are offenders, who have run away from India, must follow the consequence of law in India.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, let me turn your attention to another very serious case as far as agencies are concerned, and it has involved a bit of judicial confrontation, and this is the issue of CBI going to arrest two sitting ministers of the newly elected Bengal Trinamool Congress party and the Bengal government. And since then, we've seen, a kind of to and fro that's happened from CBI court to the Calcutta High Court to the Supreme Court, back to the Calcutta High Court. And at every stage, questions have been raised in the manner in which this entire issue has been handled by the center and the central agencies. And today, we are seeing a situation of for lack of a better word, a virtual revolt in the Calcutta High Court with a brother judge, Justice Arindam Sinha, a sitting judge questioning the decision making of the acting Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court on the transferability plea that was filed by the CBI. Would you care to respond to that?
Navika, I think you had called me for this whole social media issue as an IT minister. Now you are troubling the Law Minister of India. Therefore, my reply to you is very straight and simple. The matter is sub judice before the Calcutta High Court. They are hearing the matter. Neither it will be proper, nor desirable, nor legal for me to make any comment. That's all. That is my comment.
And what about the letter written by a sitting judge to the acting Chief Justice, questioning him?
Those are matters of judiciary. I'm sorry. I should not, and you should not ask this question. Those are internal matters of the judiciary. I don't know who has written. I don't know what he has written. the person to whom it has been written, the Honorable Chief Justice or acting, will reply to it. I should not come into it. No, I don't wish to. And you don't kindly drag me when particularly the matter is sub judice pending before the Honorable Calcutta High Court. I think your questions are now over, isn't it?
You can't blame me. No. You can't blame me for trying to get a headline. But before I let you go, my last question to you. You dutifully follow every single verdict, every single order of the Supreme Court, as the case should be. There is one matter in which there is a judgment of the Supreme Court of India, which is that nobody has the right to protest and sit on dharnas, stopping and inconveniencing the, citizens' lives and their travel path from state borders and what we are seeing in the farmer protests. We've seen those orders very much there from the Supreme Court, in the Shaheen Bagh protest. How come in the farmers' protests, we see no alacrity from the government in taking action against super spreader dharnas that are going on in Haryana, on the borders of Delhi, and earlier in Ghaziabad, on Delhi's border with Uttar Pradesh? Because it politically doesn't suit you?
I think the law enforcement agencies will be in a proper position to reply to you. That judgment of the Supreme Court, all of us know, but they should be left to the law enforcement agencies as to in what manner, under what circumstances, with what flexibility these orders have to be carried out. Again, third time I am saying, neither it will be proper,
मंत्री जी 6
nor
महीने हो गए हैं
reasonable, not
protest
desirable
को.
on my part.
6 महीने.
अच्छा, आप, मैं समझ गया, आपकी बात समझ गया, सुन लिया. तो ये काम प्रशासन का है, पुलिस का है. वो अपनी समझदारी से और अपने कमिटमेंट से जो काम करते हैं उनको करने दीजिए. कृपया करके उसके बीच में आप देश के कानून मंत्री को मत लाइए. चलिए अब खत्म करें इसको. बहुत अच्छी चर्चा हुई, अच्छा लगा मुझे भी.
Well, Ravi Shankar Prasad, thank you very much for joining me on Frankly Speaking, even though you have been evasive on a few questions. But thank you very much for being a sport, as always, taking on the tough ones with the light ones, and of course, taking away a few headlines which we could have heard from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Navika. Thank you.